What's going on, Daniel here. Welcome back to another video. So in this video, I'll be talking about these American cities that will pay you up to $20,000 to move there if you're a remote worker or a digital nomad. Now, there's been a lot of incentives by countries and different cities across the world to bring in people who have decided or chosen to work remotely as digital nomads in order to take advantage or to benefit from the boom in the digital nomad movement, in the economy that is being created by the advent of digital nomads. Now, these cities are taking various steps, bold steps, I would say, to bring people in order to contribute to the local economy through the way they spend money, through the way they attract each other, basically. So if you are in the United States, if you live in the United States and you're not really thinking about, going outside or traveling the world like most digital nomads do, you still want to stay in country or just move to a different state that offers you some benefits, you might want to consider these 6 US cities that will pay you up to $20,000 to move there. Now, let's get started with the number 1 city on the list, or let me say number 1 and number 2, because they're both in the same state, and that is Morgantown and Lewisburg in West Virginia. If you know anything about West Virginia, it's one of the most beautiful states in the United States because of the natural landscape, the natural beauty that the state offers. And this is a big reason why a lot of people decide to go to West Virginia, and also because of the low cost of living. West Virginia is one of the cheapest places to live in the United States. Your home rental prices range anywhere from $600 to $900. You can be pretty sure that if you make digital nomad money, your money will go far in West Virginia. And not just that, you also get to participate in a lot of outdoor activities. Now, the Morgantown and Lewisburg opportunity is actually created by this millionaire, Brad D. Smith, who's a Silicon Valley entrepreneur who's been very successful, but is from West Virginia. So he knows the importance of having digital nomads or remote workers around in your local economy. So they're putting together this Ascend West Virginia, where you have to apply in order to get accepted. I have applied to relocate to West Virginia, but that's not something I'm thinking actively about doing. But if the opportunity ever comes up, I'm thinking about spending some time in the United States. And it'd be nice to, just spend time in nature, spend time in all these beautiful spaces that West Virginia offers. So on the website, there's a place to apply. A lot of communities are pretty much booked up right now, but they still have a number of communities within West Virginia that you can apply for. So for West Virginia, you can get up to $12,000 in cash stipend and undisclosed gifts and incentives valued up to $8,000, which includes co-working spaces, health stipends. They give you money to buy outdoor gear and all of these things so you can be active within the community. So that is the first opportunity in the United States, which are Morgantown and Lewisburg in West Virginia. So if you've been thinking about moving somewhere with a lot of outdoors culture, I think Morgantown and Lewisburg will be very ideal for you. Now, let's talk about the third city on the list, and that is Greater Rochester in New York. Now, if you live more than 300 miles from Rochester, you can move to Rochester, New York. So Greater Rochester will give you a $10,000 relocation incentive and up to $9,000 if you want to buy a property. So they'll give you a home buyer's incentive, which is $9,000, and they'll give you up to $10,000 in relocation incentives, and that could cover anything from gym, health memberships, and all of these things. So if you combine that, the $10,000 relocation benefit and the $9,000 in home buyers incentives, that still adds up to about $19,000, which is still within what we're talking about. Now let's go to the 4th city on this list, which is Southwest Michigan. Now, Michigan is known for the brutal cold winter season, but if that's something that you can live with, well, you receive a $10,000 mortgage incentive, and if your child is enrolled in a local school, you get a $5,000 incentive as well. So this is not really for the typical digital nomad like myself, who's also bouncing around. But if you have a family and you're looking to relocate or to just find a new home somewhere for a limited period of time, Southwest Michigan might be the place to consider. So overall, Southwest Michigan will give you about $15,000 in incentives for you to move there. Now, next on the list is Noblesville, Indiana. To live in Noblesville, Indiana, we can relocate within 6 months of acceptance. So just like the Virginia program, you have to apply in order to to be accepted into this program, and you can move within 6 months, just like the West Virginia program, 6 months of acceptance. And Noblesville, Indiana will give you a $5,000 relocation stipend and also give you incentives. For example, they have a co-working space incentive valued at about $3,000 and give you membership at a local golf club worth about $1,400 and $500 in health and wellness stipend. So that is a pretty nice incentive for you to move to Noblesville, Indiana, if that's something that you have on your list. So now next on the list is Montpelier, Vermont. Montpelier, Vermont. Now, you know, Vermont is in the northeastern corner of the United States. That's very popular. I think Senator Bernie Sanders is from Vermont, I believe, bordering Canada. So if you are interested in, you know, cold winter seasons and you're not worried about that, you might want to move there. Now, the relocation package is worth about $15,000, and that's including $5,000 per year over the period of 2 years. So they will pay you $5,000 every year for 2 years, and $7,500 if you decide to become a full-time employee of a company that is based in the state of Vermont. Now, that is really interesting if you don't plan to move within the next 2 years. Now, next on the list and last on that list is Newton, Iowa. Iowa is one of the Midwestern states in the United States, and the incentive is valued at about $12,500. So if you're buying a home in Newton valued at $190,000 or more, that is the only way that you qualify. Now, the package is $10,000 in cash incentive and discounts at local shops and, you know, local businesses buying something, giving you discounts, and that is worth about $2,500. So you only qualify for the Newton, Iowa opportunity if you're planning to buy a property there, and that is going to be worth about $10,000 plus the local discounts and all that, in total about $12,500. So one thing I realized that all of these things have in common is different qualification, requirements. For Newton, Iowa, you need to be buying a property. For Vermont, you need to be employed, with a local company in order to receive the rest of the package, and a lot of them require that you stay within that state for at least 2 years. So they're not saying, hey, you cannot leave, but they're saying that you need to be with us for at least 2 years. So I mean, they know that they're giving you some incentives, but they also know that you will be spending money, you will be doing a lot of things which brings that value back into their states. And if a lot of people are going to be doing this, I mean, I'm pretty sure states will be benefiting from this the most. So these are the states that are going to pay you to move into the states as a remote worker or a digital nomad within the next several years. If that's something you're interested in, go check it out. If you qualify, good luck to you. So if this video has been helpful, consider subscribing, and if you want to be a part of the digital nomad community that I'm putting together, I'll leave a link to it down in the description. I'm going to be sharing news and just helpful tips and strategies for you to become better digital nomad, a better traveler, and just connect with a diverse community of digital nomads as well. And also, if you love to listen to podcasts, my podcast Inspired by Freedom, where I interview other digital nomads who are building businesses from the road and just sharing their travel stories. If that's something that you would love to just listen to every once in a while, go check it out as well. It's everywhere that you get your podcast from. Anyways, my name is Daniel, and I hope you enjoyed this video. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.